Hi, I'm Dustin. Oh yeah! So over this past weekend I invited some friends over and we had a fire. It dawned on me that Moore Manor doesn't have a beer pong table. We'll make an impromptu beer pong table, and when we're done, throw it in the fire. Well, I built it. Then I found these folding table legs that my buddy Matt hooked me up with. And they went on there. Well, over the course of the night I ended up falling in love with this table because it's so rustic and cool that now it's going to be a permanent feature at the manor. The only thing is I'm going to cut it right in the center. I'm going to put a hinge on it so that way it'll just fold down into a 4-foot long table. I'll tuck it behind the fridge. Be good as gold. Now that it's a permanent feature, we gotta make it pretty cool and durable, because a little overkill is underrated. Really all you need is some shipping crates or pallets, a hammer, pry bar, some screws, maybe finish nailer, some wood glue, whatever, and then beat it up. Now you might be asking yourself, how could I be as cool as Dustin? That's a great question. And you're off to a good start because you're watching this. Take notes. This is going to be a pretty simple project. I already got my pallet or crate wood already screwed together. Now if I would have known this was going to be a permanent thing, I would have used my finish nailer. But it was an impromptu thing and I was just going to burn it. But it kind of adds to the whole shipping crate thing with these black drywall screws. So it really doesn't bother me too bad. And if anybody says anything, I'll have Diesel show them the door. Anyway, a couple things before I cut it in half, put the hinges on. I want to put some side trim on here. I've already took the pieces that I want off of the shipping crates. This is actually 2 1/4 thick. So by the time I put it on here, which is 3/4 of an inch, and I go, move! And I go and make my cut right down the center. I'm going to put a 2x4 on the bottom, and it's going to go right to the bottom of this side piece. So it'll be durable and look good. That's everything that I am. Durable. And I look handsome as hell. My grandma told me so. Now, obviously there's big gouges and imperfections in this wood. That's why it's so great. But depending on how you want to finish it, maybe you don't want that. Maybe I don't care what you really want, because this is what I want. Now, all this gouging on the side of the table, if I decide to do a gel coat that makes it smooth as glass, I'm going to have to seal up these cracks and all these chunks that are missing. But that's where the side trim comes in to play. I can always caulk it from underneath the table, or I could figure something else out. But as of right now, that's not in the works, so I don't care. Now before I use this piece of wood to trim out my table, or to use it at all really, you're definitely going to want to pull the nails out of it. I found that the best way to get those out is just by using your lesbian pliers. They're called lesbian pliers because they're dykes. But I like to be politically correct, so they're lesbian pliers. Grip onto it, and just pry up. Boom. Done. Then you move on to the next one. You can also use channel locks too. There's no sexual innuendo behind those. Yet. I'm gonna think of one though. Now normally, I would say it'd be cool to leave the nail head in. So you could just either take a grinder or a cutoff wheel, just hack it on the other side since nobody's gonna see the back side of this board. But these things are so far driven in that it wouldn't even be a noticeable feature if you left them. So just get rid of them. Once you got both sides on, your side trim pieces, you're gonna want to measure for your end pieces, your end trim. So measure the very top. And now I got 32 and 3/4. Then measure the very bottom, just in case they're out a little bit. 32 and 13/16. It's only a 16th larger, so it's not a big deal. The board isn't crowned at all, so what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to suck it in with my hand and make it nice and flush. I'll go ahead and cut this board at 32 and 3/4, I think I said.
Car shopping should
Yep.
be easy. Customer service.
This is not a good end. It's actually split about 20 inches down this side of the board, which sucks because there's a tire mark on there from when I ran over the crate with my truck. And on this end, it's all jacked up also. So what I'm going to do is, because I want this tread on the board, I'll come to where the board is finally good, describe a line with my speed square. So there's the end of that split. So I'll take my speed square, draw a line, I'll cut it there, and then I'll measure from there 32 and 3/4 inches over, and then I'll have the board I want.
Reliable.
Now I'm not using my miter saw on this because the cuts don't have to be perfect. It started off as just an impromptu project, and it would look kind of weird now if I started making all the cuts pretty, so I'm not worried about it.
I did not know that.
Cut it. Still got my tire mark.
But only at LASIK Plus and only for a limited time. Dr. Howard and Todd Adelson have over 23 years combined experience, and we're among the first in the state of Michigan to perform the now popular LASIK Plus for limited time.
Same thing for this
starting
side.
as low as
Your success.work. Michigan Works is an equal opportunity employer. Dodge invites you to join the
Measure
Detroit
this end.
Pistons in the playoffs. Take a test drive.
It might be a little different. These are not perfect, milled boards, so
Tickets available while supplies last. Dodge is a registered trademark of
33.
FCA US LLC.
So it grew a 1/4 of an inch. Fix that.
6 times today. On Detroit's #1 concert. WYCD.
32 and 7/8. Now it's only grown an 1/8 of an inch, which isn't very noticeable. Ow! Pick the side that you like the best and use it. So now all I gotta do, now that I got my pretty trim on it, is maybe sand down the area where the solo cups are gonna go. You want a nice even surface, right? Yeah. According to Google, typical triangles for your beer pong cups are about 16 inches by 14 inches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make an acute triangle, 16 inches wide, 16 inches long. Who cares what kind of triangle it is, really? Stupid geometry, geology, whatever. Now I have an overall length of, we'll say 33. It's 32 and 7/8. I'm gonna measure to 16 and a half, or 16 and 7/16 to find my center point. So that's our center point. So from there, I'll measure 8 inches out. I've found that if you start at like, rather than rely on your end measurements where you have where you have this tang thing, your catch, what I usually do is I'll start at the 10-inch mark. If I need 8 inches, I'll start at 10 and I'll mark at the 2. So now I got my 16. I need to figure out how far up I want to bring the cups. I didn't actually pay attention to that part on Google. So 3 inches up from the back of the board. Could actually do 2 inches. We're going to do 2 inches, which means I need to come to 18 inches from the back if I want 16 inches. And this is, keep in mind, this is only just to sand out the area to make it nice and flat for the cups. It's okay if it's bigger. Some people prefer that. Now connect the dots. It's an isosceles triangle. My bad. Always keep your drink out of the way. You don't want sawdust in it. Or man glitter. It's not cute on the inside. Next project, I'm putting in a urinal. Tired of going outside peeing. Pretty sure my neighbors are too. Alright, so I already got the area sanded where your cup triangle is gonna go. Now you got a great crotch shot of me. Started off small and light. Just, you don't want to get too crazy with it right away. But after a while, you'll start to see it darken. Dusty likey. Got the cup area burned in, and now it's time for the crowning jewel. Hopefully this turns out alright. Damn. It's not as good as I'd hoped. I can fix it. Fuck it. Family motto. Fuck it. And shit happens. Usually my big projects or the stuff I don't really want to do, but I know I gotta do it. After you measure like the third time, you just gotta say fuck it and do it. And just hope shit don't happen. Now I gotta reinforce it. So for the center section, I just took some regular interior house door hinges. I cut an 1/8 inch relief because this folded part equals to about a 1/4 inch, including the gap. I'll come back and I'll secure it with screws. Do the same thing with the other half. This is pretty cool. I like it. Feed my ego, people! I'm awesome. I don't need anybody to feed my ego. I feed it myself. I also darkened in that edge banding that I did. Obviously the triangles. More built brand that I made. I'm pretty pleased. Kinda awesome. I'll break it down for you so you can see. It's portable. Obviously I darkened in the triangle where the cups are gonna go. I did the more built brand. I took the torch to the edge banding all the way around. And then, I don't know, I did like a center court thing. I just kind of let the fire burn out a little bit, or I let the flame fan out a little bit. Then it helps hide all those screws. It's alright, I guess.